ஸ்ரீலங்கா முஸ்லிம் சிவில் சொசைட்டி எனப்படும் இலங்கை முஸ்லிம் சிவில் சமூகம் அமைப்பினரின் விசேட ஒன்றுகூடலும் கலந்துரையாடலும் கொழும்பு ஹேவ்லாக் சிட்டி கிளப் ஹவுஸ் மண்டபத்தில் கடந்த சனிக்கிழமை மாலை இடம்பெற்றது. நடைபெற்ற இந்த நிகழ்வில் ஸ்ரீலங்கா முஸ்லிம் சிவில் சொசைட்டி அமைப்பின் உறுப்பினர்கள் மற்றும் பிரமுகர்கள் பலர் கலந்து கொண்டிருந்தனர். குறித்த கலந்துரையாடல் நிகழ்வில் ஸ்ரீலங்கா முஸ்லிம் சிவில் சொசைட்டி அமைப்பினால் கடந்த காலங்களில் முன்னெடுக்கப்பட்ட வேலை திட்டங்களில் முன்னின்று உழைத்து பங்களிப்பாற்றியவர்களுக்கு அமைப்பின் தலைவர் சித்தி ஃபாரூக் தனது நன்றிகளை தெரிவித்துக் கொண்டதுடன் அமைப்பின் எதிர்கால திட்டங்கள் தொடர்பிலும் உரையாற்றினார்.
All brothers and sisters who are here and also who are not present here, I would like to thank all Muslim communities in Sri Lanka, especially the Memons, the Boras, the Malays, of course not forgetting the Moors. Alhamdulillah, we have done a couple of projects which most of you all might be aware. Anyway, coming back to Muslim civil society, as you all know that the community has about three pillars: the religious, the political and the civil. What we feel is, during the absence of a particular pillar, especially when you say the civil society, the other pillars take control of the situation, and which has to a certain extent created a lot of issues in the past. So we feel that as the civil society, we should come forward in most of the issues and activities and leave the theologians and the politicians for their areas. I think we are doing a project currently trying to get all the associations and institutes registered in the country. I'm aware that there are about 400 odd institutions in the country, which one of our members are actively involved in gathering all the information. So I think, as you all know, what happens in our community is like everybody is trying to do everything, or they are trying to duplicate things. So what we thought as Muslim civil society, we will harness all those groups and we'll share our effort, our resources, and then make it easy and amplify things. As Muslim civil society, we would like to continue these kind of projects and see what best could be done to live in this country peacefully. I would like to let me thank all of who are present here and who's not been here, who are unable to be here personally. I would also like to thank the outgoing President Zuresh Hashim, and the committee who pulled this forward during very tough times, especially the last 2 years was not easy for us. So I would like to sincerely thank them on behalf of the community and the committee.
இந்த நிகழ்வில் குறித்த அமைப்பினால் முன்னெடுக்கப்பட்ட கடந்த கால சமூக பணிகள் மற்றும் வேலை திட்டங்கள் தொடர்பாக அமைப்பின் செயலாளர் ஆதில் ஹாஷிமினால் விளக்கமளிக்கப்பட்டது.
So there was an absolutely reactionary mode action. So what we have found, just to go back one step, there's a group called LIG who did some work, and we found we are very reactionary and no far thinking, and the Muslim community had no vision for 20-30 years where we go, what we do. So we were in that phase of figuring out what to do when Zaran entered the party. And we had no choice, but we were all gripped by this fear at that time, and then we were wondering what to do.
That organization is an organization which we think can articulate strategy and ideas and make recommendations. Participate in any of those events, you will know the impact that we were able to. There are Muslims are living in all over the country, small numbers. Right? So we did a declaration, and they gave very specific. Then we had the iftar. Then Brother Charles, we sponsored one of his programs that is the stadium.
We, all of us, have tried and tried again doing patchwork. We do it when there is a bomb blast, we would all come together, the money pours in, and then everything dries up. Everything cools off. When the fire is off, we also cool off. So as a community, we have always worked for that moment. So I think we need to look at within start changing, and then need to ask the question, how do we do it? How could we, as civil society, work towards being proactive? We are the largest demography in society, when you take it apart from politicians and theologians.
எதிர்காலத்தில் பல்லின சமூகம் சார்ந்த பல செயற்திட்டங்களையும் சமூக பணிகளையும் முன்னெடுக்கவிருப்பதாகவும் அதற்கான யோசனைகளை முன்மொழியுமாறும் கலந்து கொண்ட பிரமுகர்களிடம் வேண்டுகோள் விடுக்கப்பட்டது. இதனை அடுத்து பல விடயங்கள் தொடர்பில் யோசனைகள் மற்றும் கருத்துக்கள் முன்வைக்கப்பட்டதுடன் அதற்கான சாத்தியக்கூறுகள் தொடர்பிலும் பிரமுகர்களினால் கலந்துரையாடப்பட்டது.
A mosque should not be a place only for the 5 times prayers or Jummah. It should be like a cultural center, right? Now, if you look at a church or cathedral, wherever you go, there are reverends who are mingling with the youth. There are reverends who play the biggest role, admin, all those things. But we don't have it, right? And there are, if you look at the churches, there are a lot of activities for youth, everything happening. So I think we need to see as a civil society. I think if we can get a mosque, if we can speak to a trustee, get a mosque and create this model culture center, mosque, and where you have more interaction, youth coming in, all that, it will be a good start for us.
Our mosques are underutilized. 5-story buildings, carpeted, everything is happening, but we are distanced. There is no relationship. If you go, if we are doing a small project in Malinavat about broken families, they don't have a place to go and tell their problems. The masjid is so far away, distant. Why is that? That is where I think the Muslim society has to work on. Get the masjid, as you said, it's the focal point, it's the nucleus. Get them to work, the Bayonds. Half the people are asleep on Fridays, right? Everything, same thing that if we go to this masjid today, next masjid, same thing going on. But no, innovative thinking. Right? Today's masjid, madrasa boys are not being able to know, they are being not groomed to use an Excel sheet. What are they doing? The other day when I spoke to a madrasa and told them, Hazrat, please get this boy to read the newspaper. No, there are bad things, there are ladies' pictures in the news. Right? When I was returning, I saw that boy going through the internet and having a good time.
The problem in this country is manufactured for different purposes and the different reasons. But having said that, our effort is how we are connected, because we were talking to Sarvodaya one time, how we can do. If our purpose is to coexistence, how we are going to connect with others.
Anything that is coming out of a reaction doesn't last long, because that's a reactive mind. I'm into some form of psychology because I coach people. So you need to respond well. If you want to conquer and mitigate the changes which are happening, it is only somewhat controlled what is happening now. Anytime they can instigate something against our community. So if you want to respond effectively, you can't react. You need to sit and plan and make that plan work and execute it to the point of its destination. I saw that plan, whatever you have, it's good. Those were more materialistic like plans that you want to go and do. But there are non-materialistic things, emotions. Emotions drive the whole agenda. And I picked the word culture because we are a culture body representing Hofstad's in Sri Lanka. What drives the organization is the culture of the organization, not the strategy or the projects. If your projects may be successful, like Adil showed lots of photos, but there is a culture behind it. If that culture is not on the foundation of diversity, equity and inclusiveness, it's going to crash.
So I think it is important for us as civil society, we want to encourage that many of us to get involved in the mosque, become trusted, because you can't change from outside, you change from inside.
ஸ்ரீலங்கா முஸ்லிம் சிவில் சொசைட்டி அமைப்பின் குறித்த கலந்துரையாடல் நிகழ்வில் முஸ்லிம் சமூக தொழிலதிபர்கள் மற்றும் சமூக ஆர்வலர்கள் பலர் கலந்து சிறப்பித்தமை குறிப்பிடத்தக்கது.